we're gonna take a look at this ZDToys Mark V suit from Iron Man 2 movie. So I got this for 1,100 pesos, roughly $23. So before looking at the figure and accessories, let's take a look at the box first. Now here's the box. This design where we see Iron Man standing up started from Mark IV. So this is different from the Mark III and Mark II, as you can see here. But still we have this whole arc reactor design. And one feature of this box is the eyes of the Mark V. As you can see here, it's a bit glossy. Then here are the sides. Then the back. And there's not much going on the bottom and on the top. Now opening it, here. So we have the Mark V cover here. Then the plastic tray for Iron Man and the accessories. And the rest are on metallic red, giving you a premium feel for this product. And one thing to note is the magnet mechanism of this box. And now let's take a closer look at this suit. So we have a metallic glossy red, and then for the silver it's something like a semi-gloss only. But let me show you what it looks like when there's no lighting. So here. Now looking at the head, for the face, the linings are movie accurate, so that's nice. Then for the eyes, we have this translucent piece, and at the back is something like a red color. Two issues I have on the faceplate is the red dot here, and this plastic molding issue. So it's a bit rough, unlike on the other side, here. Then here's the rest of the head. Then here's the neck and the collar area. Now here's the rest of the upper body. So I don't have any issues on this area. There are no paint application issues. And as you can see, even the tiny holes here has details, so that's nice. I hope you can see that one. Here. Even the arc reactor is perfect. Then here's the abs. Aside from the great sculpting, we have these silver linings here, continuing down to the side. And for me, this is movie accurate. So there are these two-line pattern on the abs. Let me turn off the lighting so you can see it clearly. So here. For the gray paints, they are not placed perfectly, but that's fine with me. It's not noticeable at a distance. Here. And the sculpting goes all the way up here. But mine now has some issues, as you can see here. Then here are the sides of the body. Then here are the shoulders. Still, the sculpting looks good, but I wish this shoulder pads is a bit more flat, in line with this part. And a bit longer, maybe up until here. And for this ball joint, I wish they painted it silver, similar to this color here. Because in the movie, we don't actually see red here on the shoulder area. What we see is a continuous silver from chest to the biceps. Then here's the rest of the sides. And the silver gear here is movie accurate. So we see this on other angles on the movie. But mine was not painted perfectly, as you can see here. That's similar on the other side. Then again, we have some paint issues on the shoulder pads. Here. But that's fine with me. They are not noticeable at a distance. Then here's the biceps. So I don't have any issues with this part. The painting looks good and the sculpting as well. Then here's the elbow and the forearm. So as you can see, we have this sculpting here. We also see this round piece in the movie. And we also have 1/3 of the elbow pad as silver. So that's movie accurate. Then again, some nice sculpting here. And these lines on the elbow goes all the way to the back. Here. Then here are the hands. So we have the repulsor in white. And even the wrist has some sculpting, so that's nice. Then for the joints, we have this silver color. And you can also see the sculpting effort on each finger. Here. Then here's the crotch area. I don't have any issues aside from this dent here. And this is just minor for me. Then we see this design on the movie as well. Then here are the sides. So the ball hip joints have design as well. Here. Then here's the back part. Then here are the thighs. So again, we have some paint imperfections as you can see here. Then here's the inner side. And the outer one. Then here's the back. And if you notice, this back part has something like a submerged design. So that's movie accurate. So in here, it has different level compared to the front part. Then we have this great sculpting on the silver works, so that's nice. One movie inaccuracy on the thighs is the red part on the inner side. In the movie, this should be something like a trapezoid design here, in the middle part. Then here are the knees. For the knee pads and the gears on the sides, so they are purely red, as we've seen on the movie. I just wish they added some details here. Maybe just a half line here. And the back part is in gray with linings. I just have some cut issues here during manufacturing. Although that's fine with me. And we can see that lining design even on the covered area. Here. And mine has some paint chips again here. Although that's fine with me. Then here are the legs, which is mainly red with a hint of silver on the screws and the holes. The silver paints were not placed perfectly, as you can see here. Although that's fine with me, because it's not noticeable at the distance. Here. Then here are the feet. So there's no silver parts here, similar to what we've seen in the movie. Then here's the bottom part. So still we have design and the peg holes. And finally we have the back. So there's no foldable flaps here, as expected with the Mark V suit. So again, we have great design, as you can see on the holes, or the submerged area. So they still added some sculpting there. For the accessories, first is the flight stand. So when using the flight stand, you have two options, using this clamp here, or with the crotch support. You can refer to the Mark V cover when assembling the flight stand. Here. The next accessory is the briefcase. So this is where the Mark V suit is contained. And there's no front or back side here. And the design is movie accurate except on this part here. This is dark gray in the movie. And mine has some rough paints here, although that's fine with me. And here's the top part. The sides. And the bottom. Then we have the 4 identical blast effects. So we commonly see this in other ZDToys Iron Man suits. And finally we have the 3 extra pair of hands. First are the open relaxed hands. So you get a great sculpting here, even on the fingers, as you can see here. So in here. And showing you the rest of the sides. So there. Next is the aiming hands. So the peg hole are in a different position. Here. And one minor issue I have here is the repulsor here. So it's not painted perfectly. Then here are the hands on the Mark V suit. I'm just quickly showing you the other sides. Here. The last are the shooting or flight hands. The difference with the aiming hands is that we have peg holes for the blast effects here. And putting it on the suit and using the blast effects. So here. Now for the articulation, the head can look up this far and down this much. It can look left or right. And there's barely a tilting movement. You can move the shoulder pads up or down. For the shoulders itself, you can move it up to 90 degrees only. You can rotate it 360. And the shoulders are on ball joint, as you can see here. So you can tilt it in any direction. Here. You can also pull the shoulders outward. There. You can rotate the biceps 360. You can bend the elbows this much. The hands are on ball joint, so you can rotate it 360. You can move it up or down. Or left or right. So you get the same movement with the other hands, as you can see here. You can move the upper body up or down, but mine has some loose joint, as you can see here. And since the upper body is on ball joint, then pulling it up gives you a wider range of movement, as you can see here. So you can bend the body left or right this much. You can also move it backward or forward this far. Then you can turn it left or right. There's no waist movement. For the ball hip joint, you can move it up or down. Here. And it's also in a ball joint here. So you can rotate it in any direction. As you can see here. But for the basic movement, it can go sideways this wide. It can kick forward this high. But if you move this thigh, so that it won't hinder this part, here, then it can kick higher. It can also move backward this much. Then we have thigh rotation. The knees can bend this much. The feet are also in a ball joint, so you can move it in any direction, as you can see here. But for the basic movement, the feet can move up this much only, and down this far. And you can move it sideways this much. For the height, it's 7 inches. And here's the Mark V suit beside the Mark III. The Mark V is thinner, which is expected because this is a portable suit. Then here's the Mark V suit on a ZDToys Hall of Armor. So overall, there are paint imperfections and movie inaccuracies with this figure. But still, I like it, especially the sculpting effort, like on the tiny areas of the back and on the chest. The scale or structure is also perfect, giving us a thinner, non-bulkier Mark V. And that's it in this review. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help this channel a lot. Let me know also in the comment section what do you think about this figure. So thanks again, and see you in my next review. Bye!
While me do my two-step.